So here's what and the reason I wrote down, stop it. Because I'm counseling with a lot of people, everybody doing the same thing. Number one, stop. Stop taking care of mama. Don't let mama make you feel guilty about taking care of her. And all she brings is a problem for you. I hear it all the time. And when you get over the guilt of having to take care of mama, then you, if you want to, you'll do it. And if you don't, you don't. And if you do it, you'll do it the right way. And there will be no guilt. But mama has put guilt on you that this guy called the show the other day, and he and his wife and family bought some land, and they moved out away to this nice land because they were getting ready for the end times. And why y'all laughing? And it's funny, the end time had already happened, and people think it's still going to happen. But anyway, that's a different story. And so he bought, and I may not be saying this story exactly right, but he bought mama's a house, or made her house down the road from them. And it sounded like whenever you come into the road, mama's house is not far off, because mama be hanging out the road complaining. Tell the dog to shut up. You and this and you that, right? And I would have never taken mama on my land. The guy said it's just been hell since they brought the mother. You're not obligated to your parents. Your parents are supposed to prepare themselves. I remember my son told me once, he was mad at me, and I didn't do something. I forgot how the story went. He like, you're gonna need me to take care of you one day. I'm like, I am? I wasn't even thinking that way. But those are the thoughts of most people. They automatically think they got to take care of your parents. And the parents think that one day you're going to have to take care of me. Like they had you so you can take care of them. Why have children and then you develop the mentality, my children got to take care of me? It's not their responsibility. God said when you get married, go far away from them. Start your own family. Don't go by her family and don't go near his family. Don't let them move down the road. So stop that. Anybody disagree with that? You disagree? You're supposed to honor your parents. You honor them by not being angry at them. Forgive them for the mistakes they made. That's the honor. You love them. When you don't have anger, you have love. That's all required. And if you want to do it, you help. And then I see people pushing their old parents in a wheelchair. And you can tell they mad. And they try to get into the post office door with the wheelchair. They hit the door with mom on it. They hit it because they want to push her over. And I can just see they think, why did I get stuck with this old lady? And most of the time it's the mother. Sometimes it's the father. Most of the time it's the mother. You're not obligated for that. Y'all didn't, nobody tell your mother, y'all have me, I'm going to take care of you. Right? Oh, and then stop what? Oh, as of this point, stop teaching. Cut it out. And the reason I say that because a lot of people are waking up around the world and the first thing they do is go tell somebody, oh, you need to stop hating your mama. Oh, you need to do this, and you need to do that, and you need to make your wife obey. You need to do this. And now the family hate them. And their friends hate them. And the reason they hate you is because they don't want to hear the truth. It's like throwing pearls before swine. They don't want to hear it. But I understand you're happy, right? And so you're telling them because you want them to wake up too, but they're hating you for it, and then they build an army against you. Look at him or look at her. They think they're better. What do you mean you hate your mama? And you're hoping that they would get it because you can now see. Don't teach no more. And when you don't teach and be, and it will happen. Don't try to make yourself be either. It'll happen on its own. But God will use you, your mouth. He will control you as to when and where to help and what to say. and it'll be to the right person, they will want it. So cut out this. I can't tell you the people who are suffering because they went and taught the family or told somebody, and now they're all alone and everybody hate them. Anybody ever experienced that? Yeah. Stop doing it. Tell me quickly about your experience there, short story.
When I first came to Bond, I just, I never heard the type of message you were saying, and I knew it was already true within me, but I used to think that I was crazy for thinking that. So when I finally came to Bond and I had like the same kind of mindset, I got excited. And then I would go around telling everybody about it, thinking that I was righteous, but it was all ego, and they turned against me.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Tell me your experience. And then this young lady, they were in.
Oh, it's similar to his. You can see people, you can feel it, because especially if you've known them for a long time, there's a change.
Yeah.
They distance themselves from you.
Yes. And they're doing it, the young lady here, they're doing it because they don't want it. And when you're telling them they're either getting mad at you and or jealous of you, or the devil working their mind overtime. Who do you think you are? I remember when you didn't speak and treat me that way. All kind of mess. Yes, ma'am.
Same thing. It was really with my family, who I really wanted them to hear your message.
Yes.
My mom, obviously, she was the first one that I was like, oh, please, God. And I stopped because she hated you. And I mean, obviously, a couple years after that, she started coming.
Yeah.
And I see the difference. And I remember one time you told me, when I had just started coming, I'm like, oh, my mom has cancer. She's probably going to die or something. And you were like, well, if she forgives her mom, she'll survive her cancer. And she literally did, thank God. So, I mean, it's true what you say. Your actions, your way of being literally speaks for you to the point where you don't have to go and try to spread the message. They see it and they want it, and then that's it. And you just plant your seeds and go from there.
The Christians teach you, the preachers, false preachers today, they teach you to go and spread the gospel. And so you out there in the world spreading the gospel looking crazy. And people hate you for it. Where Christ said, don't give it to the shrine. But they tell you, go out there and preach it, and you don't know what you're talking about, and nobody's accepting it. It will happen naturally. It really will. And the devil want you going out preaching because he want you to lose faith too, for lack of a better word. He want you to, rather than being alone, he wants you to be with the crowd. So he'll tell you, you know what? So stop teaching. That makes sense? Anybody disagree with that? Just quietly live your life. And you'll be the light, as Big Mama said, you'll be that example. You'll be the light of the world. And those that are seeking will see something in you. You won't feel it. You won't know it. You can't take credit for it, right? But they'll see something in you, and they'll want to know, like, well, what is that? How come you this? Whatever it might be, right? And then the words will come. They really will come. Christ will be in it. And then when the words came, he spoke it to those. Because there are a lot of people, when you read the New Testament, there are a lot of people in the crowd that came to hear Christ speak. And they were sitting right there with him. And then they started getting bored with it. Or they didn't know it was Christ. They didn't understand. They'll walk away. They'll leave a meeting because Satan let them get it. Those with ears will hear. Stop preaching. All right? And last thing, when you do feel the anger, because some people, they say, oh, I woke up, I felt so great, and then I felt the anger. Don't identify with it. It's not you. It's not you at all. You've been separated from it. It was you. It really wasn't you before. You thought it was you, but now it's not you at all. And when the fear comes, which is going to be rare eventually, but when the fear comes, don't call the fear you. We are possessed. Those are demons. And now go all the way to the cross, all the way up the mountain. no matter how long it takes, no matter how much fear you have, no matter what, go to it and overcome it. You have help now. You have the light of God inside of you. And he's trying to save you from the illusionary self. You're none of these things. And so in closing, when Satan tell you and quote things in your head about what we have talked about, see it and let it pass. Don't hold on to it at all. Even the truth, don't hold on to it. Be an empty glass, hold on to nothing. That make sense? All right. Any comment about that? Okay. Anybody? And work on yourself. And when I say work on yourself simply means be present, not in your head. That's all you need to do is to be present, be conscious. And that's going to get easier and easier, and it's going to be harder not to be present after a while. Just stay with it. Be present. You don't want to be in this illusion of past and future and what happened and what people think and what this. Be present, and the present will do the work for you. That's God. And you'll come down and he'll help you. Yes, Sean.
Also, if those people who you're trying to teach are angry people, they're going to blame you whether you teach them or not. Like if you teach them,
Yes.
they're going to blame you for things going wrong in your life. And if you don't teach them, they're going to blame you.
Yes.
So no matter what, if they're angry, they're not going to want to admit they're wrong. So either way,
They have to want it. And since you all are working on yourself, you're getting there. You're fine. Just stay with it, right? He'll put people in your pathway that are looking for the truth as well, and you'll be able to help them. The right words will come, and they will get it, and you won't take credit for it. There will be nothing about you that will take credit for it because they won't be your words. It will not be your word. And you'll still be watching yourself. They're not you. All right? So watch those things. And especially over Never Never Land, you're not obligated to help mama. I know she made you feel that way growing up. She set you up. That's not love. Helping someone out of guilt is not love. Helping someone freely is love. Expecting nothing in return. You don't feel anything for them. You don't feel sad for them. You just want to help. And that's real love. All right? So stay with the silent prayer. Watch the thoughts about everything. All right? If you're not moving your mouth, well, Satan will have you move your mouth too, though. He'll make you say it. But just watch the thoughts about anything, about the truth and everything. That make sense? All right. And as far as working on your life, there's no life to work on. There's no self. You're not a no good person or a good person. You haven't failed in life or succeeded. You haven't been rich or poor. There's nothing wrong with wanting a boat because that's the right thing to want. But if you don't get the boat, fine. All right? And then if you don't identify with it like you're a loser because you didn't have the boat or a big house or this or that, you're going to be fine. You'll be satisfied with whatever you have. And you will be living your life not compared to anything or anyone else. You got to live your life. And no such thing as someone holding you back. No one can hold you back in life. Now, I'm not saying people don't try to do that, but if you're in control of you, how can someone hold you back? If you want to be a lawyer and someone says, oh, you can't be a lawyer, go be a lawyer. That's what they think. Those are not your thoughts. You can do what you want. It's up to you. You can't be held back. So stay with the prayer. Watch the thoughts. All thoughts are all lies all the time about anything. Whatever happened this morning doesn't exist anymore. All you have is right now, all the time. Stay away from this. You want a no-thinking life. Except practical thoughts, all right? What you going to have for dinner and blah, blah, blah. But you want a no-thinking life. Like, I'm going to have barbecue for dinner. I already know that. I don't have to think about that. But you understand you want to know thinking life. You don't want to be thinking about the word. The Christian tell you, think about the word. You put that in you. No, you're not. That's the devil thinking about the word, not you. You want to know thinking life. So just let those sides pass. All right? So, yes. I'm sorry. Oh, I don't. I don't have one. Isn't that something? I know. What's her name? What's your name again? Rachel. Rochelle need a family. She has no family. Oh, you did? Yeah. I'll be your family. I'll be your brother. And that's your sister. Now you got a family. All right? So listen, and it is, I know it's rough in the beginning because we so identified with the not self, the illusionary self. But after a while, it's going to be fun working on your life. Because all these things, these selves will disappear. And you'll realize, wow, I didn't do anything. It happened on its own. And so you're going to want to be present at all times. You're just going to want it. And it's going to happen. God would get rid of the illusion and make you present. And then life would just happen. I know sometimes my life runs so smoothly. Satan tell me, oh, you had a smooth day today. I let that pass too. And if we're not even worried about anything, upset, Satan said, you had a whole day without being upset. People tend to think, oh, that was good. I feel good. I don't feel anything. When the thought comes that I don't feel anything, let that pass too. You know what I mean? He'll tell you, you don't feel anything. Let that pass too. Don't go with that either. Because the moment you do, now you feel something. He'll cause you to feel something just like that.